Okay, all three. We are live. Yes, victory. Hello, everybody. We are connected on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram. I am excited. I am grateful to the African Think Tank support team for working behind the scenes to take corrective measures. We've always had one situation over the other where it hasn't been going live on all three. But today, as I'm excited for our guests, I'm also excited for the African think tank team that continues to continues to work at making our broadcast much better. And I appreciative of Hassan and Ijoma, who and the TAT Talk community. Uh, sorry, I'm gonna for for working with us and making and helping us get through this. So again, my name is. I start over. My name is Roy D. Ruben Njiharo. I have the distinctive honor of being TAT Talks host. I've been doing this for about 3 years. It's been a privilege to engage individuals in conversation, and really with a focus on their story, right? Because we look, as I was talking with our guest Binti, and we should I'll give her an opportunity to introduce herself. It's like, yes, I know about your project, and you have shared with me when we started talking. Remember that conversation? I said, hold up, who are you? Who are you? I know yeah, we'll get there, but tell me your story, because the project or the initiatives that you want to share with others, there's a backdrop, there's a backstory, there's a reason for it. There was some question you needed answers, something you went through in life that really impacted you, that then over time and through nurturing and ups and downs and hardships brought about the project we're going to talk about, right? And I think those stories that are heard can resonate with others who are going through similar journeys and know that they are not alone in that journey. And so that's important why we talk about that in the very beginning of your story, because we don't want the end without the beginning. Um, Welcome, guest. Again, this is an interactive, so you are able to go on and ask questions. If you do have questions, please share them with me, and I will weave them into our conversation with our guest Binti. Are there any African think tank announcements? Really, we have one more in September. We'll have our final guest for TAT Talks, and so that's be September. Then that will be it for this year, and then we'll give you an update on what the outlook for TAT Talks going forward is going to look like. And I believe in November, we're not doing our gala this year, our typical gala, but we're doing something equally as important, a conference. We'll have more details coming out that can really engage individuals, look at celebrate the 3 years of the work of the African think tank, look at next steps. So we'll give as more details are are developed, they'll get out to you as well. So without further ado, we're going to get into this conversation. Please have questions ready, because an hour goes very fast. Most of our guests, uh, sometimes our guests are nervous. They want to be perfect. This is not the place for that, but I do understand. Just share your story, and when you're talking about yourself, I think there's no research needed, because it's you. You are the research. You are the product of that research, and if you're passionate and intense and you're resilient, that will come out. And my job is simply to facilitate through questions and directions on so that your story can be told. So, Binti, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, Mr.
All
Will.
right. All right. I know we spoke a few days ago to kind of get a lot of that nervous jitter out, and so hopefully we've got a little bit of it. I mean, I mean, you look at you. You're in a nice little jacket there with your little red glasses and
Thank
your
you.
shoulders up there, a little hard. I'm a t-shirt kind of guy. I'm lucky I didn't wear. But hey, you look great. I know your story is great. So why don't we start? Introduce yourself, your full name. Where are you? Your full name. Where are you from? You know, and just share with us one thing in growing up in the community that you're from. What was something you remember or you cherish and that you hold on to from your community?
Thank you so much, Mr. Whitman, for having me tonight. I also thank you, everyone watching us live. Thank you to the Africa Think Tank, we're calling my families. Thank you so
Mhm.
much. I am Binti Muzuri Amisi. I am originally from
Oh, say it. Let's speak up because you're bold. Let's say that name again with some umph. Yeah, all right.
am Binti Muzuri Amisi. I
Mhm,
am originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo,
mhm,
born and raised in Congo, the capital, Kinshasa, the big movement capital in DRC. I'm the first one in my families with so many children, sisters and brothers. My story, I had a very, very, very a challenging childhood that because of my because of my parent divorce, that challenging led me or created passions on me to love and serve children. I had a deep passions of loving children due to my own experiences, to my own challenges.
mhm, mhm,
When I was a little child, I was always saying myself, when I grow up, I will be a lawyer. I will be a
mhm,
lawyer and I start defending children and families. That was me. And then God also helped me. I went to school. I went to lycée. In lycée in Africa, there's like a school where only girls. Like I said, my dad was strict. He was like the African dad was always say, "Don't do that, don't do that." Don't was like this. And I went to school only with girls.
mhm,
When I went to the university, that's the part I can meet everybody. Because the university was somewhere you can meet everyone. But for my elementary school, middle school, and high school was only with girls.
mhm,
That was a good part for me. And then when I went to the university, I just to go and then law, like study law school. I studied international public law.
mhm,
Also, I was more specializing so in humanity because of my passions. Like it's about children, it's about people, it's about families, it's about communities. Is that what I did when I was in Congo, my
mhm.
home countries? When I love one things I remember my country, first of all, as a Congolese, we love to dress up. Outfit always looking good. Congolese, we also,
Wait, hold on. There's a word for that. Is that just what? Is that sapa?
yes, sapology.
Sapology. Where
Yes.
if you are
Yes, the
with
sapology means like looking good.
looking good, you could
Yeah,
have nothing in the house. You
nothing
could
on
be
your
sleeping on
pocket.
the ground, but you will
Mm,
look
yes.
nice. The
Nothing
sapa.
on nothing on your pocket, nothing on your
Nothing.
wallet, but you're looking good. I remember the second time I went to the Africa think tank and
Yeah.
meeting, and then Mr. Nelson told me, "Oh my God, look at you! You look good." Okay, I said, "Okay, yeah, I'm a Congolese, right?"
You're totally like good. No, I saw an episode about that, Le Sapeur du
Yeah.
Congo, and it was like, yeah, these individuals, you could know, so, like some African country has some trademarks. The Kenyans are the bracelets. If you see their color of bracelets, the Cameroons have these full color garbs they wear, and the Congolese, Kinshasa. I don't know about Brazzaville, but
Yeah.
Kinshasa is like, man, they got to look sharp. They could
Yeah.
come out of a broken down 1983 Honda Civic, but they're gonna be
Mhm.
dressed to the nines, man. They're gonna be looking really good. So
Always
that'd be good.
looking good. And
All right.
the second thing in Congo is music. We love music and
Yeah.
dance. Music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
what's your favorite? Well, growing up in the Congo, I know
Yes.
you went through a lot. You talked about going through a very difficult time when your parents were divorcing, which gave you a heart and passion for what you do. We'll talk about later for led you to what you do now. You talk about music. Was any particular music that helped you through that time? What kind of genre of music do you like from Congo? And does it give you any kind of message that helped you get through a lot of things?
Yes. Music. I was like that's most of gospel music
Hmm.
because remember when I was a little, my dad always telling us, my dad he's a banker. He told
He's a
me,
bank.
yes, who I am today, everything I have today is that because I went to school. If I'm not here today, you will remember always go to school and have God. God and school, two things. He was always telling us like that. That I take that part. I love going to school. I love to study, and then also I love church. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
good. I like to go to church, and then most of the music I love to listening was the gospel music. Still now, I still love listening to gospel music. But on that there was a music, it was a song I love to hear. It was I don't know who was the author, but it's just a general song. Everybody sing. You can listen to the same song in Congo, in Kenya, in Zambia because the song is in Swahili. It's also one of my first song I use with my Amaniki group. The song means they are no God likes you. I can sing. I'm not a singer. I don't have a good voice, but
Yeah.
that song said it's a different tongue. We
Hmm.
can sing that song has a worship. We can also sing the same song has praise with movement. But I really love I will love the worship kinds. When you say Akuna Mungu kama wewe. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe. Hakuna Mungu kama wewe. The song means there are no gods like you. Yeah, no God likes you. And then I have the some word because we don't have much time, I can sing all the song. But they have some word when I sing, I can say, I don't have a food today, but I know you are a provider. I don't know what to
Hmm.
do. I know you are the way maker. I don't know who to talk to. I know you are a good friend. You have faithfulness friends. That was the meaning of the song. That's just too long song when I was singing, but I was just talking like somebody was talking with God because when I was a little, I was not connecting with people. I was
Hmm.
not was just staying home, living everything's I was safe as a child.
Hmm. So there was a lot of, would you say, a lot of solitude and loneliness in your childhood?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that definitely, from what I'm understanding, really gave you a leaning on going to church and on God and things of that nature, right? So no,
Yes.
um, with that story, with that shared a little bit, you put a lot of information there. So, oh, one more thing, the group is it Makoma?
Yeah, the Makoma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the very popular group all
Hmm.
over Africa, even in Chad. People would. I didn't even know they were a praise and worship group for the longest because their music was played in the bars
I
all
also
the
love
time. So
I love
yeah, yeah. Go
the
ahead.
song from the Makoma song. They
Yeah.
will sing the song saying Moto Oyo Azalina Elokote Azalina Elokote Baby Lambate. The song means look that guy or that person who doesn't have nothing, no
Yeah.
money, no food, no person, but only God. That's the meaning of the song. That's
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. So obviously, song the personal impact with the divorce of your parents, the solitude, and music were big factors, obviously, in your life that have shaped, and we will see a lot of that as you talk more about Amani Kids. So, speak to us about okay, that's your childhood bringing. What was your journey here to the West? Can you share that about maybe 3 to 5 minutes? How did that kind of transpire from moving from Congo to the U.S.?
Yes. Um, I can start. Let me add in one more thing in Congo. I
Yeah.
was serving in Congo as a Sunday school teacher just because of my passion. Like I said, I was a Sunday school teacher, and then I was also a lawyer at the same time. I came
Okay.
here through visa to lottery, the diversity visa, calling lottery. When you go, it is just like a lottery. You win, you will have 10 years green card here in the United States. That's the way I came through USA. And then when I came here, was my first things was a cultural shock.
Mm,
A cultural
mm.
shock because of the first cultural shock was first of all was the language. Through the airport, I was lost. I have to do the transit, and I was asking someone to help me. And nobody was speaking French over there. And then
So
I
you
find
flew, you came by yourself. You flew here,
I
but
came, I came with my husband.
okay, your husband. Okay,
Yes, I
okay, got
came.
this a lot here.
Yes, I
Mm.
was looking and when we came here, there was nobody was speaking English, French at the airport. I said, "Oh my God, all my French, all my study, all my
Senya,
study." I was,
Senya.
I was studying school for like more than 10 years, being in school and learning everything in French.
Mhm.
Here, my French is like disappear. No one gonna know how to speak in French here. And then that person was saying, "Who speak French? Hello, hello. Who speak French here? Who speak French here?" It was like that. It didn't. I thought nobody was near airport. Nobody.
Okay.
The first time for me, I was shocked. I said, "Okay, my God, now it looks like I'm nobody here. I'm I don't know what to do now, but thank God I'm trying myself to explain. I show the people the names, the phone numbers where I'm going because I'm coming to my sister's house. I
Hmm.
just the name, the phone number, they call her to let her know we was on the way, just coming like when I was in a we was in a New York airport waiting for our airplane the next day early
Hmm.
morning. That was the first cultural shock. And the second one was the times, work times. I learned here people can work at 9. In my country, I know, or only maybe only for nurses and doctors. Without those kind of people, I don't know which kind of people work at nighttime. For me, I know nighttime is for sleep. But here, there are no downtime, there are no daytime. You have to go to work anytime. It's work
Yeah,
time. It's
yeah,
a work time. I said,
yeah.
my God, the Bible says, if you're not working, you cannot survive. This is the
Hmm.
country. This is how
Hmm.
the this is that where this world, this Bible world take a place. Because in Africa, you cannot work, but you have your brothers, you can send you something that you can survive. But
Hmm.
here you
Hmm.
must work. That
Yeah.
was the culture shock. Yes. And then also the system, the school system was different. The every like I said the language barriers, school systems, and then
Mhm.
also the food. There
Yeah,
are some here you cannot cook.
yeah,
You eat
yeah.
spinach. I mean, making my spinach, I have to cook my spinach with goat meat. All of this put on the oven
Yeah,
and cook my food, my spinach. But here, people just eat the spinach like that. From the
yeah,
farm, just watching in the air. Without cooking. It was like also the food was the culture shock for me. Yeah.
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 So, let's interject here. So, you came with your husband. Tell me a little about your family. You have any children, or was it just your husband? I'd like to hear a little about your family.
I'm a divorced woman now.
Mm, okay,
I've, I'm a single mom with two children. My first one is 8 years old, and then the second one is 5 years old. I have a
okay,
first year born boy, and then the
okay,
second one she's 5 years old.
okay. And they're doing well. They're both born, obviously born
Yes,
here,
yes,
and
both
so
they are
both
born here.
born here. Yeah, great. So now you're. Well, this actually be a good segue. How is it being? They're first generation in your family, obviously
Yes, I am the
Americans. So there's a lot of cultural things happening in your own family at this
a lot.
moment. And so maybe we'll take the first part is what are what are some of the cultural shocks you're having with your children? Let's start there first. That you're trying to navigate yourself.
First of all, I'm trying. For them, they have to know everything. My child, they ask me. Everything's, mom, why you do that? Why do you do that? Why you do that? You don't need to do that. My culture, I cannot ask why to my dad. I cannot say
Hmm.
to my mom. But the kid hears, they tell me all the time. They ask me why all the time. And then also another culture. So I'm trying to teach the kid for that part. Or that a child cannot look at an adult when you're talking to an adult. You cannot
Yeah,
contact. No, it's not
yeah,
polite to speak
yeah,
with an adult and then looking him in the eyes. But the
hmm,
American cultures teach our kids you
yeah,
have to look on the eye when you're speaking with an
yeah,
adult. You have to
yeah,
look in the eye. That's
yeah.
another block with my kid. But I'm trying myself to manage. I teach them in the American culture and then also my African culture. I
Hmm.
teach
Hmm.
them all together. I
Yeah.
cannot teach all the African because they are born here. They must to learn for the American made to them because they are American. But they
Hmm.
African food. Sometimes I learn some American food, how to cook, how to do things for them because my child's are American. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. I'm
No,
trying
that's
to
a one that has been a challenge with a lot of individuals with the think tank having first generation children here in the United States, or bringing the kids from Africa in here, and then having to, yeah, especially with the I one. Even now, I still have a challenge when I'm talking to older adults, and I'm already advanced in age to look them in the eye, and it's not out of disrespect. It's just that ingrained cultural piece in me that I didn't grow
Mhm,
up like, because it's a different context or meaning when you look your elder in the eye when you're talking with them. It's disrespectful. Versus
mhm,
here in the United States, it's important, which you have to kids like, hey, here it's eye contact. So they got to be able to navigate the context and where they are in both of those things. Um, so we, so I'd like to hear more about your career, because you said you had a career that you started. So we backtrack in the Congo. So you Sunday school and a lawyer. Tell me a little bit, how was it practicing law in the Congo? What kind of law did you practice?
I do the international public law, like I
Okay.
say, because in Congo we say all the law is one, but here they are more specializing, like specializing for child, specializing for families, specializing for businesses. We also have some kind of law like this in Congo, but I was more working going to the court, defending children and families. That was my part. No, yeah, that was just working.
So in essence, you were doing family law.
I
Good.
did international public law. It's like
Yeah,
humanity on that part.
humanitarian, but it was for the defense mostly of children
Yes, yes.
with that focus.
I wrote an article in when I was in the university about UNICEF,
Yeah.
how UNICEF protect children to the world. Because my country we have a war to the east part of Congo. We have families and children and diet every day over there.
Mhm.
And I wrote an article about that to ask how the UNICEF protect those children away from all of this stuff. There was one of the article I did when I was in
Mhm.
Congo. So I was just focused on children.
Mhm. But that must have been hard having to. I mean, there's still a lot of ongoing conflict in the Congo, so that must have been very difficult having to see a lot of the atrocities that were visited upon a lot of families.
Yeah.
Um, what? How can I ask this question? Because how did that experience really begin to shape Amani kids? Would you say? Do you understand what I'm
The,
saying? So Amani kids developed. So how would that experience as a lawyer in Congo in the defense of children help shape Amani kids? So, but,
yes. Let me.
but maybe let me backtrack, because people are going to ask, what is Amani kids? So I'm making a connection without giving the context. So why don't you go ahead and talk to about your project Amani Kids? What is it about? And then we'll begin to peel back some of the motivating factors for it. So,
Let me start by how I created many kids
mhm,
and then where we are today. Like I said, when I came here, language barrier was my first cultural shock. I was like, and I had fears to speak because To be honest, when you are onto our community, the French community, I was just with my community. I didn't go out because of language barrier. I would say myself, nobody will understand me. No one will understand what I'm saying because English was not my first languages. And learning English was also like harder for me. Like I had fears to express myself in English. And then people was laughing. There was some people was laughing at me when you speak something in English. Oh wow, you don't speak English, but you have a big vision. Because I was saying I have a dream. My dream is to work with children, but I didn't see how I can work with children in the US because I don't have English. I don't know how to express myself. I don't know how to define my vision. People can understand my mission. All of this stuff. Yes, I had people want me. It was like most of them was my close community. People was laughing. Oh wow, you don't know how to speak good English. How can I do that? But leading by my passions to work on the South community, I will start volunteer to different nonprofits who support immigrants here in Charlotte.
Mm.
I, I I volunteer with like 5 or 6 nonprofits, and then two of them that changed my life. One name is Our Bridge for Kids. Our Bridge for Kids, they support children, immigrant children from all around the world. They have a programs, after school programs for children, for only immigrant children. Most of them that is Hispanic children over there. They teach them how to speak in English, how to write, and then also have some time, belonging time between children and adults. Then also International House. International House was the very first organizations that helped me drive in US. How I found out International House, I just Google what is International House that support what is the nonprofit organization that support immigrants, and then the International House pop up. I just emailed them. I introduced myself. They asked me about my background. I explained to them even my passions. They said, okay, we have a program here. Before, first of all, I told them, I don't have my English, all of this stuff. They said, but we have English class here. We have ESL. You can start by having class. Then we will see how to guide you, what you would like to do. I start with English class.
Mm.
Going over there to learn English, they have a program calling Raising Reader. They also, most of the children they teach that there was immigrant children.
Mm.
Being with International House, they was guiding me, supporting me in so many ways. I just found out they have so many programs, a good resource for the community, for immigrant community. But there was not African there. There was not African community who was benefit of all of these programs. It was not because my community don't want those resources, just because of the language barriers, just because of
Mm.
they don't know all of those great programs exist. You know, then I just went back. I decided to talk with the International House Executive Director. Me now she's now the former Executive Director, Miss Adam Well. I spoke with her. I told her I have a vision. I have a vision. My vision is to help children, to connect them with all of those programs you have. You have an amazing program. I want to be like a bridge. I want to be like a bridge between my community, between children from my community to your programs. But I don't know what to do because I don't have much English, and I also don't know the system, how the
Yeah.
system works here in the US. She's the one who was telling me what I'm supposed to do. She told me you need to protect yourself. Working with children is not the easy things. You need to. I said, okay, I tell her I wanted to be an organization. She said, okay, they are having an organization here. You have to do this. She explained me all the steps. I tell her, okay, but all the steps you teach, you just teach me, you just tell me now. I think I will need a lawyer to help me write down all of this stuff, the bylaws, everything, the policy, everything. She told me, but you told me you're a lawyer, right? I said, but yes, but I'm a lawyer in Congo, not here. I don't
Mm.
know nothing about law here. She told me, no, you are a lawyer. And then I like the way you are talking about your vision. I like the way you are speaking. I saw you speaking with your heart. I know you can do it. I tell her, wait, me? She said, yes, you can do it. You can write the bylaw, you can write a policy because you are a lawyer. I was okay. because somebody else has motivated me to do something. And then she told me, I told her, are you sure? I said, yes, Binti, you can do it. Everything I was asking her, she was telling me, you can do it. You can do
Mm,
it. And it's possible for you to do it. After that day, I went back home. I started writing my mission. I writing my mission, the visions, everything. I also shared the idea with my pastor. I told him what I'm trying to do. I knew I will help children one day, but not here, back home in Africa. My vision was back home in Africa, creating an
mm,
orphan, supporting children in Africa, but not really here. On the same time, I receiving calls from Africa, was people was calling me, Tebiti, I have a dream. I saw you working with children, a lot of children with you, all of this stuff. I said, yes, I can, I will do that, but in Africa, no, here. And my pastor told me, are you a believer? We can do it here too. I said, okay, let's pray. The first thing I did, I prayed. And I asked God to help me to guide me on that things. Then I have the name of Amani. Amani. Why Amani? Because Amani means peace in Swahili. Most of the children I was helping that time with all the organizations, they are refugees, and then some
mm.
refugee families come from the east part of Congo. In
Yeah.
the east part of Congo, they are speaking Swahili.
Yeah.
Then that's why I also give that name in Swahili, and then also to promote our Africa cultures, African
Okay.
language.
Yeah.
Yes, there are many kids. Peace for kids. There was a many kid who was born. What is the missions? The mission just to connect, just about connecting. I
Mm,
connect children and family of the African diaspora to the resource that help them succeed in school and everyday life. This is the missions. Yeah. The vision is to have no child left behind. Everybody have to be valued, heard, and understanding.
mhm, mhm.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
my
I think, man, you said a whole mouthful, and that's very important. Is that I think one of the things that you said I appreciate is that your desire was to help kids in Africa, but you're here now, you're in this place, and sometimes we do feel that uh, our talents would be better served in Africa of resources there, but we start where we are. We begin where we are. Doesn't mean it won't lead back, but we you launched something because there was a community of African children or children in general. I think we just put a emphasis on African because that's where your heart was. But any child that needed help who was who was not able to receive services because of language barrier, as you brought up, and I think again that's the connection of your first encounter in the U.S. That cultural shock, that language barrier, that is embedded into now
Yes,
what you one of the things of what you see with the Amani kids. Your experience as a
yes,
lawyer in defending and advocating for children in a lot in war-torn parts of the Congo. In fact, that's embedded into the work of what you have with How Many Kids. One of the things that you also said is the self-confidence because we said this before. I have friends who are French, and one of the things that is hard within I want to say that French or even some African cultures, it's hard for us to build confidence in our children. And so that 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 can be saying you come here, you have to in the US, you have to have confidence. You have to learn how to build that and manage it and approach people and ask questions. Or those are and you can see that coming from your children, right? That
yes,
those asking questions to be inquisitive. And you taper it, you balance it with, hey, be respectful. That's one of the qualities we have within our African culture is that you may know things and you ask questions, but there's a way we do it in a respectful manner in which is done. So there's a lot of incorporation in your life experiences with what's coming out with Amani Kids. You talked about the cultural resources that you connect um, a lot of the African community resources. How do you help communities here to develop resources that are adequate for the African community? Because it works both ways. Because sometimes programs, you talked about UNICEF, sometimes programs will be like, oh, this is great for the immigrant community without talking to the immigrant community. And so you have to also say, hey, look, it's a great idea, but there's A, B, C, or D you're not considering. So do you help organizations develop programs that resonate or are applicable to the immigrant community?
Yes, my organization is, like I said, is creating basic of my own experiences,
Hmm.
having a challenging childhood, and then also coming here facing language barriers. Both come together. That was the idea of creating a Amani Kids. I have four programs in Amani Kids. The first one is Amani Connect was we connect family to the resource. We have so many families here who just stay home without knowing the resource. That's why we're using our African languages. I'm very close to the community. I knew they need. I know what they need. I try to meet the needs of these programs. Amani Connect use African languages. We go to close to the families to learn or to know exactly what they need, and then we connect them to the exact programs or the exact resource they need. Have some family who have need of clothes. Most of them they are need of after school programs. I knew the place to connect them. There are some who need of clothes, they need of food, they need of connections. No, all of this stuff what we do, we explain to them in Lingala. We use Lingala. We use French. I have people from Senegal who can use Wolof to explain to people who speak Wolof. I have people who speak from Togo, who speak Togolese languages. They can to explain to families who from Togo. I have so many languages because people just embrace my vision. That's the one things I ask God. I know God is like a new country for me, a new system. I want to help my community put on my side people who will embrace my vision to work together. That's exactly what God did. I have people who embrace my visions, different languages, different cultures to help. If we meet a family who speak we say Togolese, I have Togolese people to support. Who speak Wolof, I have Senegalese people who can support. Then the second programs we have Bisakana Days. Bisakana means play and have fun. This is our big, very big programs where we connect families, all different cultures come together. That's the community event. We call from communities to come together, to come for Africa community to come together. If you have a businesses, you have something you want people to know what you are doing to the community, bring it on that day. We have play, we have music, we have dance, community resource sharings. We have all of this stuff only for Africa community, but it's more about playing and have
Hmm.
fun, the fun moment. Because as immigrants, we don't have that time much. We work two jobs, three jobs. Parents don't have much time to go outside to enjoy that time to have fun with families. That's why I do that time only once, three times a year to bring families together to spend time playing, dancing, drawing, and have fun, connecting with all the African community.
Well, before we talk about the other two, Mr. Kanda Day, you have a partnership with African Think Tank
Yeah.
for the event coming up. Let's speak on that so I don't forget. When is that event and it's taking place again? Where you're out of Charlotte, North
Yes, I
Carolina.
am in
Yeah, yeah,
Charlotte. Yes, I
yeah,
am in Charlotte, North Carolina.
yeah.
Next this Sunday, we have just the program I was talking about, the Sakana Days. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big event calling the Sakana means play and have fun in Lingala language.
Mr. Kana.
Be Sakana.
Oh, say again.
Be Sakana.
Bisa Kana.
Yes.
Okay, Bisa Kana. I like that.
That means play
That's
and have
good.
fun. Yes, play and
Uh-huh.
have fun. My visions for Bisakana for the coming years to be like an Africa festival where we have everybody together to show up our cultures. For the
Yeah.
coming this Sunday, we will have Africa Think Tank with us. How
Mhm.
we how are we connect all the community to Africa Think Tank? Africa Think Tank has an amazing program called Cultural Bridge.
Yeah,
This program helps children. They have an online class. They teach kids English. They teach our cultures. They teach a lot of things that Amaniki doesn't do that. We just have a
mhm.
time. We just connect. We will have Africa Think Tank on that day. If families want to know, you want your kid to learn more about Africa cultures, come on Sunday. We will have Africa Think Tank table. They will teach your kid how to learn about Africa culture to be step, you to stand for our culture, to promote our culture. Don't let American culture go over your child. We have a
Mhm.
community, an organization has Africa Think Tank. They always promote our culture. They're gonna teach your kids what to know, to learn about our African culture.
Mhm.
Yes, we have that.
Mhm.
We
No,
are so
so
excited. We are so excited to have the Africa Think Tank table on that end.
yeah, likewise, I think that definitely the African Think is definitely glad to be a part of that because we, as you have stated, with this work uh, is bigger than one person in one organization. Organizations have their strengths, and instead of sometimes creating something new, if there's an organization out there already doing the work, it's better to partner with them and complete a work and offer those services. So we're definitely African Think is definitely glad to be a part of the work of Armani Kids. So you mentioned those two. What's the third program?
Yeah, the third
So,
program is Sauti Safe Space. Sauti in Swahili. So Sauti
we're
means
learning some Swahili today. That's right, baby. So I'm going to pick up a few words here. All right, I feel like I can go to Congo now and have a conversation. Not really, but
no, Swahili is not speaking Congo. The Kenya, they speak Swahili.
yeah,
Tanzania, they speak so yes.
yeah.
Swahili, yeah. Sauti Safe Space means just voice. This is a programs where kids come to express themselves. Kid voice matters in Sauti Space.
Mm,
We
mm,
teach them how to be confident,
yeah.
how to express themselves, the storytelling. Because
Mm,
most of
mm,
our African immigrant children, they are bullying in schools. They don't know how to stand for themselves because some parents teach them at home to not do this. They are scary about, okay, if you do this in school, they will start to call me. I don't have much English. I don't know how to explain myself. I don't know how to do this and do this. That makes the kid feel, they are feeling, most of them, how they are victim of bullying at school. Those programs help them express themselves, to stand up for themselves, to be confident for who you are. Tell them you have to love you who you are. Love your accents. Love your hair because oh yeah, Africa, you look at her, look at how you dress up, all of this stuff. We teach the kid to love the way they are. We remember that they are beautiful, they have a good skin, your skin look perfect, your skin look good, you are smart. We try our best to remind the kid what that thing, and it also build confidence of that child. Now, the very last program is International Outreach. We cannot serving children in Africa here without helping our growth. Where I'm come from, I knew there is a lot of programs, a lot of issues. You have a problem, it's challenging in Africa. A lot of children facing so many problems over there. We are trying our best to help and to support some children in Africa. We already support children in Togo and Cameroon and
mm,
Zambia and Congo.
mm,
So far, I have 4 countries where I
mm,
serve children over there, helping and offering children,
mm,
vulnerable children who are in need of food, who are in need of school supplies, and also partner with local organizations. We partner with local organizations to find out how to support it. Yes, 3 programs based in here for US and then one for Africa. We have Canada, Amani Connect, International Outreach, and also Saudi Safe Place. That's
mm,
4 programs. All the programs is targeted, is all the program is meets the need of the immigrant. Because of
mm,
their own experience, I know what the immigrant need. No, that's the first hand programs. All of this diet of my experiences as an immigrant to help and
mm,
support immigrant families here in Charlotte. And then also, like we have a big visions. Our vision is to have the Africa. We have the Amani kids all around the world because we have immigrants everywhere. You know, if we can have the same programs to the different states, I'm welcome to open my doors for anyone who want to do the same thing to support immigrant families, to support
mm.
African diaspora communities. I am welcome. They are welcome. Sorry.
No. That is why I say we want to know your story because everything from your story has found its place in Armani Kids. as you went through each program, it just kind of just kept reflecting. Oh yeah, the situation of being a lawyer fits exactly to this particular thing. The situation of being in solitude and going through a divorce, divorced parents is definitely has a place in there. And then the situation where you were working to defend the immigrant or the child who's gone through war and all of that fits into a lot of the work you're doing here. So, and what again, like I said, is that you didn't limit yourself because sometimes what happens, as you said, is I want to do that back home. So years go by, but yet there's still work to be done here to serve the communities that are before you, and you're doing great things of that nature. So we have about 15 minutes left. So I want to
Yes,
make sure that you cover the things you need to cover. Let's cover them right now.
yes. I didn't talk about what is my career here in Charlotte. Now, what you
Sure.
say
Yeah.
is very important. Being divorced woman, as our cultures is not accept some divorced women doing a lot of stuff here in life.
Mm,
The divorce has like the current things has African in our cultures. When you are divorcing women, people look at you a different way. I experiences all of this stuff. I know what has had being a divorced woman for our cultures and other things. But when I'm going trying to say my career here, I'm working as a teacher. I am a teacher. I'm working at the public school, Charlotte Mecklenburg School here in Charlotte. I have been, uh, last year was my first year being a teacher. And then I was awarded as the beginning teacher of the years. All of this was leading by my passion to work with children. When I start a Amani Kid, after 6 months, I received an award as our children champion. For now, from 2023 until now, I received four awards for serving children to the communities. That revealed to me working with children, serving children is not just a work, just not just a career. It's a calling. It's a calling for me to work with children, to serve children. And then also this is my purpose because I learned what is my purpose when I went to a networking meetings. I met a coach who was talking about the purpose. You have to know your purpose. What is your purpose? What is God calling you to do in this world? And then I just say to myself, I said, okay, what is my purpose? And my purpose is to share what I have, to give what I have, to help children, to support community. Is that what I love to do? Seeing children have some light on their face. That's what I have to do to see the children being happy. In my community, a lot of people knows me here in Charlotte. They call me Auntie Binti. I am the
mm,
auntie. Everyone auntie.
mm,
Yes.
mm.
Auntie, African auntie. Yeah.
Santeen.
Yes, that's me. Yes, I am the auntie because I love being calling auntie because I have all the children are my nephews, are my nieces. Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so the educational piece. So you said your first year as a teacher, and it seems to really have deepened your calling working with children because you're specific as a teacher with special needs
Yes, I work
children.
with children.
Yes, I've worked with special needs, and one of the things that I found is the number of also African kids who have. I was in a program and there were a lot of African kids represented in that program, and having to navigate that some with the parents. How do you think our culture, our perspective for you have our perspective? You said about divorce from our culture, but also one about special needs children because there's not a
Ye-
lot of services or even within our own communities there are families out there who don't know where to go or there may be shame because of their children being special needs.
Not maybe most of African
Most of
parents,
them. Yeah.
yes, they are ashamed having a special kid need at home. They have children with autism, have children with disability. Parents feeling like a shame. They hide their kid at home. They don't even go out with their own children. They feel bad having a children like that. It's not yours. The person who gave the kid is God. You are not the person who make the kid looks like that. God give you a child, and then the Bible says the child has they are the blessing. Even you have a separate special kid need, special disability child, you have to love them. You have to, everybody have to know you have a child. Don't hide your children at home. We have a program now in Amani Kids. I thank God for that. We have a Dr. Nikki. He's a professor in the University of North Carolina. She doing research for the African immigrant families who have children with disability. And then the program is called To Ingani.
Mm.
In Swahili word means let's work together. Then we work,
Oh,
yes, we work in a partnership with University of North Carolina,
okay.
UNCC. We work together for that to help parents who have children with disability. We wanted to not because they said like to break that gaps. We try to help them how to find resources, how to work, and then to have a big heart for those children or the parents who have children with disability. Connect them to the resource they need. Explain to them what is the IPs. Explain to them when your children have disability, what you're supposed to do, what you need. Most of the children they need therapies. I know a parent called me one time. He told me, I have my children has disability. I went to the doctor. They sent me to go somewhere. When they just give my kid the toys to play with. I tell them, why you just give my kid the toy? Because they have more than those toys at home. I try to explain to him what that means. When they give your kid the toys to play with, that means occupation therapies. The doctor observe the child. He tell you to go to somewhere they're gonna help your children to develop herself, the social, emotional, all of this stuff. They need to go somewhere to have a therapy, calling occupation therapy. They will have your children they like have only toys to play with. You need like speech therapy. You need a ABA therapies. It's very important. But African parents, some of them, they just neglect all of this stuff. But it is very important for you to bring your child to all those programs, to go to the therapy is very, very important. Not only child, even parents. Even the
Mhm.
parents, we need therapists. As an African, we are ashamed even to take. We have a mental health problems,
Mhm.
stress, all of anxiety, all of this stuff. We sometimes we can stand ourselves, looking at ourselves, we say we need therapy. But when
Mhm.
they tell us as African, we need therapy, we think like somebody like life on us, like the mock us, it thinks like something bad when they tell you you need a therapy. Therapy is
Mhm.
therapy will help you, it will help your families, will help your child. Even most parents who have children with disability, having children with disability, they ask you have to have a big heart,
Mhm.
passion, and love to work with those kids, to deal with these kids because it's hard. It's not easy. I just pray for you, God, for
Mhm.
parents who have those children. God give you strongs. That God gives you the knowledge how to manage or to help and to support your children with disability. Not neglect them because we never know what God put on them. Maybe tomorrow they will be because even the child that have a disability, they can go to school, they can
Mhm.
walk, they can have a better life.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's awesome. I think within the African think tank, those are issues that are emerging to the forefront. I mean, we're doing I don't know, we're doing very well in really bringing out some of the issues around economic development and social development. But part of that social is finding more and more of our members or individuals reaching out for some of those kind of areas where I think we, in a way, we feel compelled to talk more about, right? That you brought up about some of our situation that are through cultural bridge is where to educate our children about culture, but also how about our children who need special services, who have disabilities. A lot of our community to talk about, they'll be one of the African organizations who talk about, who think through it, who say, hey, how can we be of service? Because if we're of service to our people, then they can be and their families, and they can be of service to the bigger community. And I know with Siri Mambo, I don't know if you know her, she's from Cameroon. She posts a lot on her page about children with sickle cell disease and autism as
Mhm.
well. And I know you're part of the African think tank as well,
Yeah.
and can bring up those issues around, working with disabilities and having parents feel comfortable talk about those issues as well. And someone also to connect with is Sambaza. And so anyway, we're good. I think with D-Tape, we're getting really good at trying to weave those things together and make the necessary connections so that we can serve the African community at a
Yeah.
wider and deeper level, and having individuals like yourself, Binti, to support that mission. So we're coming up at our last 6 minutes, et je vais ajouter un peu le français parce que comme on va parler 2, 3 minutes, je voulais que vous donnez des mots d'encouragement parce qu'on a des gens qui suivent ça en Afrique, hein.
Mhm.
Mes amis au Tchad, ils suivent TATT Talks. Et là, tu sais,
Ah,
on ne parle pas anglais là-bas, et c'est au Congo. Je voulais seulement poser une question. Vous pouvez encourager le jeune de maintenant, comment dans leurs études, dans leur carrière, pour ceux qui viennent ici aux États-Unis, euh, pour garder l'espoir, quels sont les mots d'encouragement que vous avez pour eux?
merci pour le. Ouais, mais I'm gonna speak in French.
Yes, il
Merci
faut parler en
beaucoup,
français,
merci
ça.
beaucoup, merci vraiment, merci beaucoup pour la parole. Pour nos frères, nos sœurs qui sont en Afrique, qui envisagent de venir chercher la vie aux États-Unis, je dirais, ce n'est pas mauvais. C'est toujours important d'avoir un rêve. Faut avoir un rêve dans la vie, avoir une vision. Si vous savez qu'est-ce qui est votre vision, qu'est-ce que votre rêve est déterminé à ce que vous voulez. Quand vous venez aux États-Unis, c'est pas ce qu'on avait, la vision qu'on avait en Afrique. Quand vous arrivez aux États-Unis et tout cool comme ça, là, non, vous devez travailler, vous devez aller à l'école, vous devez apprendre le système et vous allez vivre ce que vous avez toujours voulu vivre. C'est très important. Il faut pas vous limiter à cause de la langue. Il faut pas vous limiter à cause de culture. Il faut pas vous limiter à cause de différences de système. C'est possible. C'est comme mon cas. Moi, je parle toujours de mon expérience personnelle. C'est mon cas. Je suis arrivée ici sans anglais. En tout cas, je ne parlais pas anglais, sans anglais, mais j'ai appris la langue. Je suis allée à l'école. Je suis allée à l'école, j'ai appris l'anglais, j'ai commencé à travailler, j'ai travaillé. D'ailleurs, je peux ajouter, souligner un point. Moi, je suis allée à l'école et je travaille avec mon diplôme de l'Afrique. Et les gens disent que non, ici, les diplômes de l'Afrique ne sont pas considérés. Non, moi, j'ai étudié avec mon bachelor degree from Africa, mon diplôme d'Afrique. C'est ce qui m'a donné du travail ici. C'est parce que j'avais la détermination et je savais ce que je venais chercher ici aux États-Unis. Et si vous avez une détermination et vous savez ce que vous devez faire, vous allez réussir votre vie. C'est très important. Yes. C'est ce que je peux dire, vous encourager,
Mm.
rêvez grand, soyez toujours avec des personnes qui vous encouragent, soyez toujours avec des personnes positives qui vous amènent dans d'autres dimensions. Ne restez pas bas, vous regardez loin, ayez une grande vision, ayez des pensées positives. C'est très important parce que vos pensées, votre vision vont réellement déterminer ce que vous serez. C'est très important. Moi, j'avais des grandes visions, mais je n'avais pas d'anglais. Les gens s'est moqués
Mm.
de moi. Mais avec la détermination et la vision, je suis arrivée où je suis aujourd'hui. Je suis enseignante aux États-Unis. J'ai une organisation aux États-Unis et je travaille. Je le fais bien. Je me débrouille tout le temps, tous les jours, je continue à me débrouiller, mais la vision et la détermination par rapport à ce que j'ai toujours voulu être, c'est ce que je fais. C'est très important.
Tu n'as pas oublié l'Afrique, hein, malgré que tu es ici,
Non,
tu as
l'Afrique,
continué à supporter ce qui se passe là-bas.
aussi lui supporter l'Afrique. La vie en Afrique aussi, c'est très bien. Mais si vous vivez déjà en Afrique, vous pouvez venir en vacances et retourner en Afrique. Et ceux qui sont ici aussi de la diaspora, c'est toujours important aussi d'aller investir au pays parce que notre pays, nous ne pouvons pas oublier d'où nous venons. Les gens qui vont arranger, qui vont développer notre pays, ce sont pas les étrangers, c'est nous-mêmes les Africains. Soutenez-nous, soyons main dans la main, unissons-nous et retournons en Afrique pour construire, pour bâtir une nation grande et puissante. Parce que l'Afrique, nous sommes puissantes. L'Afrique, nous sommes grands. Nous avons beaucoup de richesses. Nous avons de personnes, des femmes et des hommes, des hommes très intelligents en Afrique qui font des choses extraordinaires. Pour faire des choses extraordinaires, tu n'as pas seulement besoin d'être un étranger, tu n'as pas seulement besoin d'être aux États-Unis ou en Europe. Même en Afrique, il y a des hommes et des femmes intelligents qui font des choses extraordinaires. Alors, moi, mon conseil toujours, moi, je suis toujours à cheval. Je suis ici et ma vision, comme j'ai dit, j'ai même un programme qui supporte aussi l'Afrique. Vous voyez, donc je n'ai pas oublié l'Afrique. C'est très important. Oui, je suis toujours là.
No, thank you for those words of encouragement. We have a gift to be able to live in these two worlds. And it's a
Yeah.
privilege.
Uh,
It's a
yeah.
privilege as see more as a superpower. Or what do you say? What's your superpower? And you have
Yeah.
a great superpower, Binti. I've
Thank you
experienced
so
what you
much.
did in Kinshasa. Have to
Mhm.
come to this the journey of coming to the U.S. Those of the things you've gone through, but a lot of similarities. Create using that as a catalyst and motivator to create an organization that has a number of programs that have outreach and to then connect that back to Africa. Hey, that's a superpower. All right. And so you are a great representative of how confidence is built over time, how gift is used wisely and well, and how one does not forget the people they have served and where they came from. Right, all consolidated into that. So we are actually hey, time
Yeah.
goes hour goes really fast. And
Yes,
I say,
I know.
Binti,
I know. I just want to talk about the
and I
think
know,
tank.
yes, you said talk. I told you we're gonna run out of time. Go ahead, say what you need to say, and then
Yes.
we'll close out.
I'm part of the leadership team
Yep.
in the Africa Think Tank here in Charlotte. We are doing an amazing job here in Charlotte, helping connecting people to the resource, to the program, to all of this stuff with the Africa Think Tanks. Um, what I love with the Africa Think Tanks, because, like I said, I love the networking. The networking is not just about collecting business cards. No, it's not just meeting people, talking, and connecting business cards and then put on your wallet. Networking for me is building a family. And in the Africa Think Tank, we are a family. Through Africa Think Tank, I was connecting with so many people, great organizations. I got great partnerships with so many organizations, so many distinguished people through Africa Think Tank. That's why always I encourage people to come to the networking like that. It's very important for you. You don't know who you will meet and you don't know who you will connect to. No connections, networking today is the powerful things we have. We need we need the connections to connect each other. Today, I speak with you. You are from Chad. I'm from Congo. Through Africa, I think that I meet people from Liberia, people from Sierra Leone, from
Mhm.
Cameroon, from Zimbabwe, all of this. We are, that's why I call the networking is not just having business card, it's a
Yeah.
family. So the Africa Think Tank is really, really, really families. Through
Mhm.
Africa Think Tank, I can go to Texas, to Ibutu, I can go to DC, that's good things about Africa Think Tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you are interested to be part of Africa Think Tank, you are welcome. You are welcome.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Well, you ended it for me. I got nothing more to say. That's it. I was gonna say that, but you did. Hey, apply.
Yeah,
Hey,
what I
yeah,
said, thank you so
hey,
much.
you can
Yeah,
take it over. You can
yeah.
sit. You can be a tap
Yeah,
talk host.
thank you
You,
so much.
you
Thank
bring
you,
it
everyone, for
up.
watching us. Thank you so much for watching us live tonight.
Look
Thank
at
you
it.
all.
She's already in it. She already
I
in
got a
it.
confidence to speak
Have you
now.
seen
Thank
it,
you.
Sidney? Have you seen
Yeah.
it?
Thank you, everyone. If you heard, learn about, you hear about connecting Africa Think Tank, go to the meetings. And you will meet the good people. You will be
Ah,
connecting to the good partners. If you hear about Amani Kid, with
man.
Saturday, this Sunday, coming on, you're gonna have
You
fun.
know what? I'm
I
done.
have
You continue.
I
Go ahead.
I have so many partners. We have
I'm
our
saying.
Kids International House. We have
Yeah,
Peace. We have Half Star. We have all of those partners will be with us on Sunday. Come
yeah,
and connect with us. You will learn more and have fun. Also connect to the resource. And then we also have some school supply giveaway for kids. Yay!
yeah. Okay, I think I just lost
I'm
my
done.
job, but that's all right. I'm happy to lose it to you. Hey, thank you so much for those who jumped on and listened to us right now. I see Kiani
Oh,
Norwood. Sorry if I pronounce. Oh
Kiani.
yeah, there's
Oh,
Valerie
thank Dr.
Dampan.
Valerie.
We have
I
Jack
just had the first car with Dr.
Rubuta
Valerie 2
who
days
joined
ago.
us.
Oh,
Shelton Brown came out earlier.
Mr. Johnson,
And there's
thank you.
Afrique Amerique Connection. So I really
Mm,
appreciate you guys jumping on. Hey, next time we come on, please have questions. Because I mean we do run out of time, but we want to make sure it's interactive. If you have questions to share with us or share with the speakers, that's always good. Again, Binti, I really thank you so much for
you.
what you're doing for yourself and your community. Blessings on your family. Blessings on all the community you're serving, both here in the United States and back home. You are definitely a shining light and a great representation of what we are about the African think tank, the African community in general, and just as a great individual, right? So I will remember Amani kids, but I'm going to remember who you are. That's the story that says the organizations will come and go, but the person can be breathless. And so thank you for that. So, all right, guys.
Woo,
Appreciate you
thank you
guys.
so
We have the
much,
next
my
chat
guy.
talk coming up. You want to
My
close us out?
guy.
Close us out. Say end it for us, and then I
Hi
hit end
guys,
screen.
thank you for joining us. Thank you for connecting tonight. Thank you. We love you.
All right, we're done. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All